a lot of help and been looking good here. So we got 216 starting on the front row as we're going to come to green this time by off of 4.
Pair of 4s in row number 2 as we got the 4 and the 34B and then followed by the 44 as well. So if you're a statistician, if you're a numbers guy, this is your heat. Green flag is out. We are racing. Is going to be the 16T of Pritchett leading him down to 1 as we're 3 wide behind him. That is Kane, Schneiders, and Finzen. Looks like smoke coming out of the 34B of Ben Schneiders as well as once again they're going 3 wide this time. Loyal Jansen is going to be to the meat and the sandwich. And finally, looks like Pritchett was the outside meat as Ben Schneiders is going to lead lap number 1 from his 4th place starting spot.
Tim Pritchett Jr., though, looking to the inside. Wheels turned all the way left. Car pushing just a little bit. Still a little slimy out there as they're still trying to get the track rolled in a little bit. Schneiders, Kane, Pritchett. Oh, a little bit of a contact between Pritchett and Kane and Jansen. Zachary Fry up the hill as Mike Vinzen at the back of the pack.
Once again, smoke coming out of the 34B of Schneiders. They always say it's when it's smoking, it's not bad. When it stops smoking, that's bad. Well, right now he is quickly losing fluid. Oh, a little bit of a tap in the wall from on the right rear of Kane's car as he's able to gather it back up. But right now, Ben Schneiders leads another lap.
John Kane running in second. You see him slide through the corner there in 1 and 2. Schneider's all out of sorts off of turn 2, gathers it back up, still with the race lead, using the bottom side of the raceway. Kane coasting through the top side in 3 and 4. Behind them, still Lowell Jansen, Tim Pritchett Jr.
With 2 laps to go, John Kane in turn 1 is an absolute animal as he is throwing that hobby stock in there deeper and harder than anybody else right now. 3 and 4 still a little bit on the too slick side to do that, but he is making up a ton of ground. He better hope he can do it this time as right now Ben Snyder sees the white flag.
Sees the white flag indeed. As Kane still running in that second place spot. Back behind them, Jansen and Pritchett running 3 and 4. As they come to the checkered, though, Schneiders will pick up the heat race win. Kane in second. Jansen will be in third. Coming through turn 4 of the 16T, Tim Pritchett Jr. rounding out your top 4, and Michael Finzen your top 5.
The track must be slicking off just a little bit because I'll tell you, John Kane, the way he was attacking turn 1, if he could have attacked 3 the same way, that would have been quite the battle between him and Schneiders for that heat race win.
Brandon is also part of Mike Kramer's pit crew as well, and Brandon is brother to Brian Long, driver of the 96B.
Let me tell you, for the first 10 years, it's not that hard to raise a girl. I'll let you know how the teens are when my daughter gets to that point. Right now, green is out. It is going to be the 3P of Stephen Pierce leading him as, unfortunately, Dallas Williams getting a bad start. Smoke coming out of the 99 as well. But right now it is Pierce with, here comes Miller. Miller getting a good bite coming out of turn 2 as he is going to bypass Monroe and Shern. Oh, a little bit of a bobble from Pierce. That is going to put Miller right there on the inside, side by side down the front stretch.
Miller leaving where he left off last week, your feature winner of the 34M car. As he will have the race lead now off at 2. Steve Pierce, 3P car back to second. Shern and Monroe, your top 4 as they come through turns 3 and 4. Both Shern and Monroe sliding up the track a little into the wall. No harm doing, though, as we're still lean, mean, and green.
Miller, Pierce, Shern, Monroe, and Williams rounding out the top 5 is a little bit of a bobble from the 48J. That's going to allow Monroe in the 1M to get by him. That is your battle for that second place spot. Correction, third place spot. But right now up front it is all Miller, as Miller picking up where he left off last week.
That he is indeed, as we're looking at Carl Monroe and Justin Shern on your screens at home here as they come through 3 and 4. Oh, keep it off the wall, Monroe, as he slides way high and turns 3 and 4. Justin Shern looking to the inside of him. You see the middle part of the racetrack still a little bit slimy, as looks like Shern will have a better run off turn 2 that time by Justin Shern ahead of Monroe.
as Shern is going to see white
And
flag.
Shern into the wall in turns 3 and 4.
No, as the white flag comes out, Justin Shern pancaking the wall in 3 and 4. It's going to allow Monroe to get around into second, but right now it is all the 34M, David Miller. He is going to come out of, nope, he is not going to see the checkered flag.
Caution flag coming out as Justin Shern coming to a stop at the bottom of turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, looks like not much damage. Is Shern able to get refired and keep going? Unfortunately, he will be done for the heat race as one and done as far as cautions go in the heat. Yeah, the enough laps are being run that the slime's starting to go away and there's starting to become a little bit of grip and tack out there. And unfortunately, that kind of bit Justin Shern this heat race. So we'll see if he can get repairs made and get back out here. But right now it is Miller, Pierce, and Monroe. 2 laps to see who's going to win the heat race.
This is a green-white checkered finish here for your heat race as Pierce into the back of the 34 of Miller. Miller does not phase him, though, as Pierce slides high. Here comes Monroe for second. Through turns 3 and 4, Monroe trying to keep a handle on the 1M car as Miller takes the white flag. Pierce and Monroe battling for second.
That battle is for second and third as Miller is gone. He is coming out of 2 down the backstretch, and he's going to sail it off into 3 and 4 one more time. Oh, God, he gets way sideways. They're able to gather it back up. And, wow, scare for David Miller, but he is going to win the heat race. Carl Monroe second, Stephen Pierce in third. Ooh, Scotty, he just about threw it away in there.
Oh, he knew what he was doing. He just had to add a little bit of dramatic flair to it.
Phil McKee is going to tag the back of the field. So once again, it's going to be Erdman and Bales on the front row as the RPMs come up. Jesse Ford going to drop the green, and we are racing. It's going to be Zach Bales to the early advantage as he is going to get in front of the 81X of Erdman. He is also going to open the door for Fetterman. Fetterman, unfortunately, not able to capitalize on the door opening. So right now it is Bales, it is Erdman, Fetterman, and whoa, here comes the 8A of Hilton, bonsaiing it in there. Unfortunately, caught the left front of Fetterman. Fetterman got 12 ways to sideways, able to gather it back up. Unfortunately, also the 12M, Phil McKee caught up in that as well. Everybody keeps going. We're going to stay lean, mean, clean, and green, as right now it is going to be Jeremy Erdman leading the lap with Zach Bales in second. That 8A, Austin Hilton, of course, everybody knows that is Andy Hoffman's old car. He is going to be sitting in that third place spot. They're going to go back down into 3 and 4 once again. It is still Erdman with Bales in tow. Erdman clicks off another lap. We are 3 laps to go. Erdman starting to gap Bales ever so slightly. Track still just a little bit on the slick side, but it is coming in as Erdman's going to slide up the track. It's going to allow Bales to try and catch him a little bit. 2 laps to go from Jesse Maserati as it is, once again, Erdman, Bales, the 7 of Fetterman, Phil McKee, and the 8A of Austin Hilton. White flag is going to come out. Oh, Erdman gave the wall a scare that time around as he is going to sail it down through 1 and 2 as the white flag is out. Bales not able to capitalize. If Erdman can get through 3 and 4 clean, it'll equal a heat race win as he comes through. Jeremy Erdman will win heat race number 3. Zach Bales will be in second. Third is going to go to Tony Fetterman as they come through 3 and 4 and down to the line. It is going to be the 12M of Phil McKee as unfortunately the 8A Austin Hilton not able to finish the heat race. So it is 5 cars, 6 laps, your distance. Once again, your fourth and final heat race in your Sign Masters Wild Thing IMCA Hobby Stocks. The Toy Scout, Joel McGee, leads them through 3 and 4. Green is out, and we are racing. And they're going to be side by side. Is Smith and McGee going through 1 and 2. McGee, nice run through there as he is going to take over that lead. And coming with him is the Cliffhanger, Craig Clift, as Clift split the difference and went from 4th starting spot up to 2nd. Freilich now sitting in that 3rd place spot. Clift trying to stick right with the back bumper of the Toy Scout of the 9. The MedStar Rescue Unit 9 of Joel McGee. Freilich again right there in 3rd. The top 3 very, very close. A little bit further back, that's Tyler Smith in that 4th place spot. And Blundell rounding out the top 5. Another lap down is, big push from the 77 of Clift. Not only is he going to lose the lead, or lose touch with the lead, but he is also going to lose 2nd as Freilich now gets around him. Freilich in 2nd, but now he has a 77 of Clift right there back on him. A little wide for Freilich. Unfortunately, the 77 of Clift not able to capitalize. Little shot in the shorts from Clift to Freilich. No harm, no foul, as we're going to stay clean and green. Or we're going to have a caution come out. I do believe I saw a piece of one of the cars come flying off in turn 3 when Clift gave that little shot in the shorts to Freilich. So thinking, and yeah, it looks like up by the wall, their MedStar Rescue Unit picking up. That's an entire rear bumper. Yeah, those things are heavy. And definitely don't want to leave that on the track, if that gets run over, it potentially could come through the floor pan, injuring a driver, or hit with enough force, it could even fly up and fly into the cockpit of a vehicle. So we definitely want to make sure that gets picked up. For being our proud presenting partner of tonight's festivity. RPMs come up. We're back to green as they're going to throw it down into 1 and 2. Once again, Joel McGee, nicely done right through that mid groove, but he has Freilich and Clift right there on his back bumper. Just a little bit further back is Tyler Smith. White flag is going to come out this time by Joel McGee. Going to lead him back down into 1 and 2 once again as the 76 of Freilich trying everything he can, throwing the kitchen sink and the Moen faucets at the Toy Scout. McGee not going to be denied, though, as Joel McGee is going to win. Justin Freilich in 2nd. Craig Clift 3rd. Tyler Smith 4th. And Robbie Blundell is going to round out your top 5. So looks like we're going to take another lap around. Then we will be green with our Sign Masters Wild Thing Hobby Stocks. RPMs are up. We are green flag, and it is going to be Stephen Pierce with the early advantage as he is able to get ahead of Joel McGee. McGee sitting in 2nd. 14Z of Bales right there in 3rd, and then you have it side by side. Well, it was side by side. Lowell Jansen, Jeremy Ertman. Ertman now going to take that 4th place spot. Whoa, Justin Freilich every which way but straight, makes a little bit of contact with the right rear of Fetterman. Fetterman, no harm, no foul. He's going to keep it up. As caution's coming out. Caution, caution, caution. Looks like we got Tim Pritchett Jr. against the wall in between 1 and 2. Looks like a couple other cars were pulling away too, so possibly a multi-car accident, but it is Tim Pritchett Jr. being saddled with the caution.
Our friend Courtney Plow is sitting at home watching tonight.
With the pups.
With the pups, of course, John couldn't be here, so Courtney had no ride to get here as well as we go back to green. So, Courtney, we miss you. Hope to see you back here in a couple weeks. As Pierce out with a race lead, a whole gaggle of cars. Through turns 1 and 2, now in a 3 and 4, 3 deep in the mid-pack here as we come off of turn 4. Stephen Pierce, your new race leader.
They're trying to push them 4 wide down. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt, but they're getting ready to push them 4 wide. Back in the back a little ways as you had Clift, Miller, Jansen, and the 44 of Kane right there as well. Now we got some Rubbins racing going on between Clift and Snyder's as it is still Pierce up front as Bales is in second. Ertman and McGee going side by side right now for that 3rd and 4th spot. And here comes Fetterman.
Fetterman involved as two. Schneider's wants a piece of the action as well. Pierce still your race leader. Right behind Pierce, Zach Bales, a 14Z car. As Craig Clift moving through the field as well as last week's feature winner, the 34, Emma David Miller. Oh, hard on the brakes is a 77. Miller nowhere to go. Fortunately, John Kane nowhere to go either. We're still lean, mean, and green. Those we go single file around the new Raceway Park.
Yeah, that was definitely a stack up a little bit further and back in the field. Miller now to the inside of Clift as they're also looking to try and split the difference around Schneider's. Ertman now on the back bumper of the 14Z of Bales. Out you battle for 2 and 3. Top 5 pretty much throw a blanket over all 5 of them. Then shortly there behind you also have 6th, 7th, and 8th right now. As it looks like the 18 of Zachary Fry, problems for him. He is going to call no joy, pull at pit side.
And you see a couple of right turn chassis, the 14Z of Zach Bales, 81X of Jeremy Ertman battling it out for that 2nd place spot. Steve Pierce, you're still your race leader, coming up on the lap car of Mike Finzen. Ertman looks to the inside of Bales, a little bit of contact between the two friends here, nothing intentional as Fetterman, and it's Craig Clift right behind them as well.
2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th absolutely up for grabs as, now looks like the 14Z of Bale is going to try and get underneath Pierce, not quite able to do it. Ertman now going to go to the inside of Bales in the battle for 2nd and 3rd is right back on. Right behind them, they're 2 by 2, 2 rows deep as you had Clift and Fetterman.
Throw a garbage bag over the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th place running as 4 cars running together. Oh, Fetterman pushed up the hill that time by
with help,
giving Clift the advantage underneath. Great battle for 2nd here still between the 81X of Ertman as he pushes. Oh, Craig Clift will get underneath of them as Zach Bales, victim of circumstance, gets pushed all the way back to 5th.
Right now it is still all the 3P Stephen Pierce as he is going to come down and take another lap, actually 2 laps to go for the driver of the 3P, Craig Clift. He is going to the whip. He's whipping that 77 like a rented government plow mule, trying to get up to the back bumper of that 3P. He wants a shot at this win. Scotty, if he can get up there, this is going to be a wild last lap.
He probably could, as we got the 8A around on the front stretch, and caution flag will come out.
Austin Hilton, unfortunately, going for a right. Does he really have a face duct taped on the front of his car with the tongue sticking out?
Looks like it is, but going right around in front of your leaders.
That has got to be a helpless feeling going around, period, but going around in front of the world. Big thank you to them to coming out here on their Sunday night and enjoying some great racing up here in the upper Midwest.
As it looks like we're going to come back to green flag racing, single file restart here. Stephen Pierce will lead them down the front stretch into turns 1 and 2. Clift in 2nd, Ertman 3rd, Fetterman, Bales your top 5 as the Clift hanger takes a peek to the inside of the 3P of Stephen Pierce. And a turn number 3 now. Clipped a little slideways. Here comes Ertman. White flag is out. One more lap around here for the 3P of Pierce.
Pierce going to take it down through 1 and 2 one last time. As now Ertman tries to get to the outside of Clift. It's going to be a drag race down the backstretch. A little bit of bumping, a little bit of nudging, a little bit of rubbing. Robinson is racing between those two, but Stephen Pierce is going to take home the win. Craig Clift second, Ertman in third, Fetterman in fourth, and I do believe Bales will get fifth. Great run for your Sign Masters IMCA Wild Thing Hobby Stocks. Window net comes down. Let them hear you, folks. Your Sign Masters Hobby Stock feature winner, the 3P of Stephen Pierce. Let's send it down to Scotty with a word with our winner.
Well, PJ, down here in Victory Lane, a lot of congratulations and hugs from friends and family. Stephen, you led that whole race from the drop of the green flag. While they were battling behind you, you were pulling away. How did this car handle here tonight?
Oh man, we made a couple changes from the heat race, and the track sure took them, and it really hooked up and went.
You've worked so hard here last season and now this season now to finally find Victory Lane here at the new Raceway Park. How much does that mean to you to win in front of this awesome crowd?
Oh man, it's awesome. We love coming here, and we've been coming here for 10 years, and just a great track. We love it.
Who do you got to thank for putting this 3P car in Victory Lane tonight?
Oh man, we really got to thank Ghost Chassis and my mom, my dad, my wife, my kids, just everybody on the car. I really appreciate it.
So once again, Stephen Pierce winning your A feature here tonight. Congratulations, sir. Let them hear you, folks.